Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here today. It was announced by WWE just out of the blue that Rey Mysterio will be making his return to the SmackDown brand on SmackDown 1000 coming up right around the corner, I believe, in 9 days. Rey Mysterio definitely joining the SmackDown brand and being a part of SmackDown 1000. We've already got announced that we've got an Evolution return coming. Of course, with SmackDown, there's going to be in the upcoming months a pretty good push to make this what people think to be the A show. SmackDown has always sort of been in the discussion that we need to make it better. We need to make it better. Definitely with this last, Fox WWE television deal, you can tell that SmackDown is going to have to be a priority. So many times, television deals come and, ratings don't work out and they just cut them and they just say, boom, you're done. It's over. It's not going to work out for you. So putting a star like Rey Mysterio on SmackDown is definitely going to have to be something big. Definitely, Rey Mysterio had his best days when he was wrestling on the SmackDown brand. It was kind of like every time they moved him over to Monday Night Raw, he just sort of became the forgotten guy in WWE. He was always sort of in the shake of things, but never really in that main event spot. Definitely the biggest thing that ever happened was, when he was a part of SmackDown, he won the Royal Rumble. He went on to WrestleMania, beating Kurt Angle and Randy Orton at WrestleMania to become the World Heavyweight Champion. Then he went on to have one of the most forgotten about runs with the championship of all time. But hey, at least he was champion and he won the belt at WrestleMania in a pretty forgettable storyline that most people hated, that he was basically, piggybacking off of the death of Eddie Guerrero to get him there. And then he just kept on getting beat week after week after week. Even though he was the champion of the brand, he never really got any ground underneath him to get going. But he's always that one ultimate underdog. He's probably one of the biggest fan favorites that there is in WWE that they've been missing for the last couple of years. I think that they mistreated him. You can tell that he really does have an appeal outside of WWE, being one of those main guys that wrestled on indies, all over the world, making tons of cash, but he decided that he wants to have his last days in WWE, even if it is going to be sort of helping his son get into the business, get into the company, hopefully getting into the Performance Center and wrestling under NXT and then moving his way up. I think that might have a little bit to do with it as well, because the schedule definitely, more than likely, is probably going to be harder on him. We saw what it did to the Hardys with them coming back and wrestling in WWE and wrestling full-time and doing house shows and television and pay-per-views and all that. It just broke them to the point where I'm not sure really what's going on with Jeff, but Matt seems like he's hung up the boots and said it's done. So we'll see. SmackDown 1000, the return of Rey Mysterio. We'll see what he does. Better be big.